How would you like to get my best bet today and the plays of every single handicapper at picknation.com for free, no strings attached? Guys, I'm not kidding around. Al DeMarco here, general manager of the world's largest online sports gambling community, picknation.com. And today, you can get my best bet and the plays of every single handicapper at the site for free simply by using the one-day free all-access pass at picknation.com. That's right, my best bet, the plays of 10 handicappers for free. If you were to buy them separately, guys, you would spend over $600, but you're going to get them for free, the one-day free all-access pass at picknation.com. Now, you're asking yourself, why am I giving it away for free? Because, guys, I'm that confident that I put together a staff of the best handicappers in the nation that can win for you on a consistent basis. What better way to show you how good they are than by giving you their plays today for free? Once again, the free one-day all-access pass available now. All you've got to do is click on the ad at picknation.com. Welcome back, everyone, to the Countdown to Kickoff program. Al DeMarco along with Steve Budin. This is the only nationally televised show that breaks down your top NFL and college football games every weekend from a point spread perspective. First game here as we lead off the second half of the program is going to be the New York Jets, coming off another disappointing performance. I don't know if you can say it's disappointing because they've sucked all season long, to be quite blunt with you. I mean, they got bushwhacked by Seattle. They were coming off a bye. They were bushwhacked by the Miami Dolphins the previous week prior to that bye at home. Now suddenly they're getting 3.5 points at St. Louis. I think that is too few for you few New York backers out there. I like the Rams in this one.
Well, you call the Jets my team, and, you know, as much as I love them, I hate them. But the truth is, they're my team because every week since week one, I've been right about them every single time. Now, Mark Sanchez, I don't know where he'll be next year, but Rex Ryan will be the defensive coordinator somewhere. As far as head coaching goes, Rex, I think your days are completely numbered. Why in the world would you bring Tim Tebow to New York? Now, that's the question we've been asking since week one of the season. We know a lot more now that it's week 10. We know that he didn't bring him in as a red zone specialist. He didn't bring him in as a third and short specialist. He didn't bring him in as a running back. The only thing that Tim Tebow is doing is standing on the sidelines and spooking the crap out of Mark Sanchez, who wasn't playing so great to begin with. So now Rex Ryan comes out and makes another colossal crackhead statement. He says, I'm going to stick with Mark Sanchez no matter what. No matter what, Rexy. Now, come on, buddy. At the end of the day, it's a good thing that you're in bikini weight, because you're going to have a bathing suit on at a beach very soon. As a matter of fact, if you're listening, I can hear the trees whistling in the background. That's the sound of retirement, Rex. I'm going with St. Louis here.
I told you, I thought St. Louis was to play in this contest. He's now done. You feel better now?
Much better.
You got that off your chest?
Oh, so much better.
I think, he has to talk about the Jets once a week just to alleviate a little pressure that builds up.
A little secret, Al didn't have the Jets into the lineup this week, and I called him earlier and told him, put them in.
We only have so much time to talk about these games, so it was Tampa, Carolina, out of here. By the way, I like Carolina. But listen, here's the other thing with St. Louis. I was very impressed with that 24-24 tie at San Francisco. They were up 14-0 in that game. They outgained San Francisco, a 49ers defense that plays so well all season, but especially at home. Sam Bradford passed for 275 yards. Steven Jackson, who I think is obviously on the downside of his career, 29 carries, 101 yards. And I think this is all positive going against that Jets defense, which has been pathetic all season long. And plus, the Rams have regenerated their pass rush, or rejuvenated their pass rush, I should say. 5 sacks at San Francisco last week, 26 on the year. With the Jets getting no production from Sean Green this year, on the road he's averaging like 40 yards a game on the season. I just don't see many opportunities for the Jets to get into the red zone, let alone get into the end zone. So I think it's a dirt cheap price on St. Louis. And again, I think it's that public perception that the Jets have all this talent. But I think it's been proven at this stage of the season they aren't that talented of a team.
Yeah, whatever's been taken away by injury, has been taken away. And now with whatever's left, they just can't get the job done.
And it doesn't help that they have Tony Sparano as their offensive coordinator either. Next game, New England and Indianapolis. Patriots showed again what the problem is with that team last week when they were hosting the Buffalo Bills at home. They were up 17-3. It looked like it was going to be blowout city, and suddenly it's a 34-31 game, and they're just eking out a 37-31 win, and they don't even come close to covering the double-digit spread. You have an Indianapolis team here that's won back-to-back road games, that's playing with a lot of confidence. Luck has been playing so well as a rookie. An Indianapolis team that has discovered a ground game. But, I look at those defensive stats for the Patriots. They've given up 35 first downs to the Bills, 481 total yards. Bills had a time of possession edge in that game with 34 minutes to 26. I don't feel really comfortable laying 9 points here with New England.
No, and when you look at Andy Luck, he's got all the earmarks that they were looking for. He's going to be their face of the future. He's going to do exactly what they put him in there to do. Now, let's not blow it out of proportion. He's going into New England here. He's facing one of the best offenses in the league. Now, gamblers will be quick to point out that he had that game against Green Bay, his signature game this year. That was at home. This is away. What I think the bottom line comes down to is that the Patriots defense, and I've been saying it week in and week out, is a complete fake. Bill Belichick, supposed to be a defensive guru. The man hasn't had a defense in 4 years. He's getting by on Tom Brady's arm. Not enough to cover the 9.5 points. I like the dog here as well.
Yeah, I don't want to touch the side, but might want to look at the over at 53.5 points, because I think the Colts and the Patriots will both give up points. And as we've seen, the Patriots like to play from ahead, and then they let everybody else come back from behind. So you have the potential for the backdoor cover and for the over as well. Now, let's talk about my dear friends, the New Orleans Saints, who cost me a win last week against the Falcons after being so good to me the week before against Philadelphia. I look at this price, and people are probably out there, the gambling public, and going, oh my gosh, Oakland just gave up 55 points at Baltimore last week. Saints just upset the Falcons. This is a cheap price. I'm hearing the word sucker also being said here, because this is like a bookmaker's dream. 4.5 points. Listen, on paper, Saints should win this game. On paper, the Saints should be better than 4-5 this season as well. But this is a team that's given up over 400 yards in 9 straight games. They are near the dead last position in every defensive category in the league. In fact, total defense, they are last in the league. And this Raiders team, this will be the game where, suddenly out of the blue, maybe they play well. That's the scary thing about the side in this game.
Well, just sign me up on the sucker list because I like New Orleans here. Raiders, they can't run without Darren McFadden. That makes it hard for Carson Palmer. So much easier to hit a 20-yard play-action pass when the defense is keying on the run. Just ask New Orleans. That's exactly what they've been doing lately. Drew Brees has seen his running game come back to life. That's added the balance in their offensive attack. I think that's why New Orleans has had a little bit of success lately. Now, this is a big game for New Orleans. If they win this game, they come back to 500, and they have a chance at the playoffs all of a sudden after a dreadful, scandal-ridden offseason. I think there's no way that Drew Brees doesn't show up for this game ready to roll. I'm going with all the suckers. They're right twice a week, just like a broken clock. I'll go with New Orleans minus the 4.5.
And listen, guys, I'm just going to tell you, I can see the Saints winning and covering this game as well, but I would never put my money on this game. So whatever you do, it's not from an endorsement from me. However, I look at this total at 54.5, and I'm telling you, the Saints can't stop anybody. The Raiders can't stop anybody either. You have two of the worst pass defenses, two of the worst pass rushing teams, both playing here today. And the Raiders can't run the ball, as you said, with Darren McFadden not healthy. Saints, as I pointed out going in that Atlanta game, I really like what happened in that Philadelphia game on Monday night 2 weeks ago. Once Darren Sproles went out with the broken hand, it was almost like they were forced to go, oh my gosh, we can run the ball. We've got Chris Ivory, we've got Mark Ingram, we've got Pierre Thomas. Suddenly, 140, 148 yards the last 2 games on the ground. I think the ground game will be there because remember, it was just 2 Sundays ago that Tampa Bay came into Oakland and Doug Martin, I think he's still running. I think he had 400 or 500 yards in the game last I checked. So I do think that the Saints can get the job done, but I like the over at 54.5.
Well, you make an interesting point, and actually you've made it a couple of times during the show today that you wouldn't touch this game, or this isn't a game that you would bet on. That's an interesting point because what we do here on the show is we go over every single important game and we take a position on it. This is something that they've never done on TV before, but that doesn't mean that we're betting every single game that we have an opinion opinion on. That's what you do in college when you're learning how to bet. At this point, you come to us for professional advice. That's the big difference between taking our premium plays on our website and then going to the show and hearing all of our free picks.
And remember, you can get our best bets on picknation.com for free today, the one day all access pass free trial.
Right, it's great. You go to the site, you click on the big yellow ad, it says all access pass, and you get everybody's premium play. Big difference between a premium play and a free play. The premium plays are the ones that we sell to our customers and that we bet on ourselves. The free plays out, I don't care. I could go 0-9 with my free play. If I hit my 50 or 100 dimer on Sunday with the Baltimore Crew, I'm happy.
Hey, listen, and we talk about total transparency. I went 4-0 with my free picks last weekend in the NFL, and I lost my best bet. It happens sometimes, but listen, you've got no risk because you're going to come, a one-day all-access pass, get all of our plays for free over at picknation.com, no strings attached. Next game, Denver and San Diego, first time these two met. You remember that Monday nighter? Broncos were down 24-0. Boom, they come right back, win 35-24. They're on quite a roll here. Peyton Manning, 79% completion, 16 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions last 6 games, of which the Broncos have won 5 of them. I don't see the Chargers staying close in this game.
No, and the last time they played, like you said, they blew a 24-0 halftime lead, but that was back when Peyton Manning was only showing up for the second half of games. What we've seen the last 3 weeks is timing, gelling, and wire-to-wire performance from Peyton Manning. I think that's the case here. If you're out there and you're worried about laying 7.5, 8 points with Denver, let me just remind you, every single home game that Denver's been in this year, they've won by double digits. So that really doesn't bother me. I think that trend continues. Just another favorite will lay the 7.5.
Hey, listen, guys, on last week's show, I told you to go against the Chargers and back Tampa Bay at home, and you saw what happened as the Chargers self-destructed again. Norv Turner, the next one of the many coaches, actually, that's going to be going and looking for a new job here at the end of the year. And the Chargers are 1-6 against the spread. Their last 7 is a road dog. Meanwhile, the Broncos have covered 5 of their last 6 division games, and they've covered 5 straight games as a favorite. So again, lay the points. Next game looked good when they announced it. Looked good until about 7 days ago, but doesn't look too good now with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Ravens, obviously, a 3.5-point favorite. We know Big Ben is out. We know Byron Leftwich is making his first start since 2009. FYI, last game he won as a starting quarterback, 2006. That doesn't bode well for the Steelers' chances in this particular game, even though the Ravens have been awful on the road this year.
No, I agree. Both of these teams aren't what they used to be, but they both have a lot of pride. You know, pride in their city, pride in their teams, pride in themselves. What that means to me is that this game will be ugly and it will be a war. Now, when you're in a war as a gambler, you always want to take extra bullets into battle with you. That's the reasoning here for me. I'm taking the points.
Oh, you like the Steelers here. Listen, for the Steelers to win this game, they have got to rely on their ground game, and they've got to rely on their defense. Now, the advantage that Pittsburgh has in this particular contest is that Baltimore's defense is right there with, Oakland and New Orleans. I mean, we're talking about bottom of the barrel. This
non-existent.
Is not, right, and I've been telling you this all year long from week 1, the Ravens' defense of old, it's just an old defense. And the fact that Ray Lewis is out doesn't even matter at all. Terrell Suggs is back, doesn't matter at all. I think Pittsburgh will be able to run the ball here effectively. Byron Leftwich, I think he starts throwing the ball from down here, and then he brings it way up. He looks like a shot putter. Never liked him as a quarterback. I like the under a little. I can see the Pittsburgh play, but I think it's just going to be a game I'll watch on TV, and that's it. Again, guys, remember, you can get my best bet today, the best bets of Steve's Baltimore Crew, and all the handicappers at picknation.com for free, one-day all-access pass. And, Steve, they get like over $600-700 of action for free.
It's the best thing we have on our site. It's the greatest deal. For the newcomers, you come in, you get every single person's play absolutely free. The premium plays, not the free picks. That's what you want.
And guys, remember, you can check my personal daily video report out every day at picknation.com. Free picks, in-depth analysis, money-saving discount coupons, and more. For Steve Buden, Al DeMarco, we'll catch you next weekend on the Countdown to Kickoff program.